We got a lot of folks, especially over the past couple weeks and months, getting on the bandwagon of protesting. And they've come here for years, and it just goes right by their ears that activism has nothing to do with protesting. Protesting is essentially glorified complaining. You want attention, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want your opinion to matter, but you don't want to actually have to do something to get on the radar. You don't want to actually have to do something to be seen as credible and resolute. Okay? That doesn't work. You may have a voice, you may speak the truth matters, but your voice and your persona and character attached to that voice and that presentation doesn't matter if you're not creating the solution. You're just whining and complaining. Newsflash, government is not government, it's a corporation. We can go over it till I turn blue, and the folks still seemingly on the whole won't get it. Their job here is not to keep you safe, even though they say it is. I know that confuses a lot of people. They say this, but they do this. Yeah, it's called lying. You folks do it to yourself and everyone else every day. Why should they do it back to you? So I'm just kind of confused why so many citizen slaves who identify as corporate slaves lie to themselves and everyone else all day, every day, and then expect their keepers not to do the same. They're pimps. So here's a clue. Understand the truth, cause and effect, live the truth, sacrifice, get a result, and then maybe your masters and your keepers will start to take you as credible rather than just whining and complaining, wanting to be seen and heard. So, you can't say that the solution hasn't been brought forth, because outside of every majority is a minority experience of actual solutions, and that's exactly why it's a minority experience, because the majority of folks don't want to actually have to change themselves and their life and bring the solution. They want to be able to whine and complain and vote and be seen and heard like a child and have a voice and think mommy and daddy are going to change the way they've been running the house for however many years. Probably not going to happen. So the more you keep begging them and asking them and opting in and buying in, the more they're going to keep doing whatever they want and claiming you asked them for it. Everybody wants to use God and use government. They don't want to be used by God to be the proper government of and by and for the people. That means opting out, self-sufficient, self-sustainable, co-creative, and not cooperating and complying with contracts and obligations that are expected of you that may not be wanted by you, accepted by you. It's very interesting that as someone who took an oath to the Constitution, because you apparently don't know where your rights come from in that contract that says from God, you somehow stick to the phrase or the ideology that we have to give up rights in order to fulfill societal obligations. If I had to come up with an idea or a mission statement, would be we have to give up some of our benefits and privileges and potentially safety in order to secure our rights. So I always find it interesting how you just ask somebody who and what they are, what they're doing, what's their philosophy, what's their credo, and they reveal the core of their beingness in one phrase. So I, for one, am not willing to give up my natural rights in order to carry out societal obligations to a legal society and a legal system, nor do I believe that's beneficial to myself or anybody else, nor is it necessary. What I do believe is that I have had to, and others may have to, give up some of their comforts, their benefits, their privileges, maybe even their safety, because safety in a way is a benefit, it's a privilege, it's an entitlement. In the natural world, right, of it or not, you're not guaranteed safety. You have to, in a way, co-create that or experience that. So, I stand in that camp, if you want to call it that. We may have to give up some of our safety, some of our comforts, in order to secure our rights and property. It's beyond pimping and hoeing. So if they're calling you a sovereign citizen, a conspiracy theorist, pick something, right? Pick one of their buzzword terms. If they're calling you that, or saying all people who do these things are that, you know you're on the mark. Because that's their deep state, Tavistock, secret society, however you want to phrase it. That's their way of getting out ahead of it and convincing the group that there's no point in looking at that, right?